What's your response to that not so subtle jab from Mark Zuckerberg at Donald Trump?
Well, you know, self-righteousness isn't very proactive. We can talk about taxes, we could talk about jobs and even immigration, but that doesn't really put food on the table and save lives. You know, I think I'll take Mark Zuckerberg seriously when he gives up all of his private security, move out of his posh neighborhood, and come live in a modest neighborhood near a border town, and then I'm sure his attitude would change.
Whoa, I mean, that's pretty personal there. Does Trump have a problem with Silicon Valley? I mean, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, he slammed Apple before, even called for a boycott. What's the issue?
Well, the issue is simple. Mr. Trump has policies that actually helps the American worker, the American taxpayer, and wants to protect American lives. And a lot of these people are only looking at their bottom line when it comes to jobs, for example, with the visas. And even with this wall comment that Mark Zuckerberg made, I mean, there are millions of Americans, and by far the overwhelming majority of Americans, who don't have the opportunity to live in safe communities and have private security protecting them. These measures that Mr. Trump puts forward are about securing the life, liberty, and property of American citizens and the American worker.
But aren't these companies about securing American innovation? Trump talks about making America great again and America first. I mean, these are part of our competitive advantage. How can you do that without some of these companies in Silicon Valley not just creating jobs, but creating these innovations and creating enviable products for around the world?
Oh, absolutely. But I think there should be a line drawn. You know, the CEOs in Silicon Valley should focus on innovation and jobs and their businesses, and let the politicians make the policies. It's great that we can have innovation in this country, but you should be able to do that without putting the lives of Americans at risk.
You're criticizing Zuckerberg, suggesting that he should live, I think you used the expression that he should leave his posh neighborhood and go and live amongst working class people. You accused him of self-righteousness. And I think you accused him also of having his own private security that other people don't. Aren't those accusations that can also be labeled against Donald Trump?
Yeah, but Donald Trump isn't the one that's saying we shouldn't build a wall and we shouldn't protect everyone else. That's the hypocrisy that I'm talking about here. Most Americans don't live in a $10 million home and they don't have access to private security. So yes, we do need to take measures in this country to protect the American citizen, and those are Donald Trump's policies. Mark Zuckerberg talked about hope over fear. That doesn't save lives. We have to do something. Look at Kate Steinle in San Francisco. She was shot while walking on the pier with her father, for crying out loud. We should be more concerned about her than leaving the border open for more criminals to come across.
So just to be clear, what exactly are you protecting ordinary people from? What are you seeking to protect them from here? Just to be clear as to where we are.
For as far as putting up the wall?
Yes.
Or just in general, because we have all day to talk about that. Yeah, you put up the wall, you stop the criminals, you stop the drug cartels, you're protecting American citizens because you know who's coming and going into the country, which is something we don't know right now. 40% of the illegals are here because of visa overstays. Mr. Trump wants to reform that system. A lot of these people are taking the low-income